All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Beth Smith, and I was with you guys last year for your summer program with a couple of painting projects. And this year, I'm glad to be back, and I've got something that's kind of fun and goofy. And there'll be two videos on it, one to get it started, and then the other to kind of walk you through some of the prompts that you could use to finish it, okay? And I call these my funny flip books, because they end up kind of goofy. So as you can see here, I'm going to show you a few of them. All right, so you come up with these heads, all right, and these body sections, and feet and transportation sections, and you just keep flipping and exposing different characters. Every time you make a flip, you got something new and some new combination. There's my original little character, okay? You can go back and you flip these different ways and you're gonna get multiple different characters, all right? So then you can kind of have fun with how you end up putting it together and flipping. And you know, they're kind of funny the way they turn out with every little flip this way or that way. Here's another one, okay? So let's get rid of kitty face and go with fish. Get rid of the penguin. All right, let's get rid of the rollerblades, roller skates. And now we've got that. There's our shoes. We'll get rid of that. And we'll get rid of our fish. There's our original character, okay? So let's go back. And again, we'll try to get a different combination, okay? And then let's go back to kitty. And let's go back to fish head and that fun little outfit there and our fish tail. Again, there's so many possibilities once you start flipping them. All right, this one starts out as our cute bunny with our fairy body, okay, leaves. So here's what we end up with as we flip it, okay? And we'll get rid of those feet. So now we have a beautiful butterfly body. All right, now we're gonna start exposing our character that we started with. And there's my first character that I drew in the middle of this one, okay? So after seeing those, I do want you to think about characters and how they are separated into the head, the body, and I always call the bottom of it the means of transportation, okay? And we'll talk more about that here in a minute, okay? So to get this started, if you take a piece of paper, and it doesn't matter what paper size you have, in this case, I just have standard 8.5 by 11 computer printer paper, okay? And the first thing you wanna do, we're gonna just fold it into even thirds, okay? So if you take it, and I'll kind of hold this up, if you fold a flap in and a flap over, we want them to line up evenly, okay? If that doesn't happen, let's say your top fold stops over here and doesn't go all the way over here, then you need to stop, unfold it, and start again, okay? Because ideally, we have to have them lined up so that this flap, that one, and that one all are the same size, okay? And then once you get that in position, you're like, okay, now they're even. Then you're gonna press and fold each side, okay? So that's your first step to get your paper proportioned correctly, okay? So now we have this section, and they're all even, okay? The next step is to take a pencil, and we are gonna do what's called trust the eye. Unless you're someone who likes to use a ruler and measure, go for it, okay? But you don't have to. We are going to divide this into 3 approximately even sections, and we're gonna put a little line there to guide us, all right? So we have the section that will be the head, we have the body section, and then we have where the feet would be, okay? So we need to indicate that on both sides. And then the next step is, again, if you want to use a ruler, you can. I don't. I just kind of draw a line straight out to the side. Okay. I'm going to draw my line straight out to the side here. All right, and the next step then is to cut those. Those become our flip pages, all right? And then the middle part does not get cut, all right? So just cut on your lines, and this is setting up. I'll flip this around so I stay on one side with you guys. All right, so this will be setting up your flip book. So we'll kind of get the structure of it done today and start a little character in the middle, okay? So what needs to happen now is we're gonna think about that character that's in the center, okay? And I'm gonna say a couple things about that before you start drawing. And we'll go back to this character of mine, okay? So when we say character, you know, you kind of think of somebody personality-wise. Maybe they've got a certain stance, they've got a certain expression on their face. In this particular one, I gave the little girl, you know, she's blowing a bubble, okay, with her gum. The other thing that makes things interesting visually is pattern, okay? So we'll talk about that here in a minute when I start mine. So if we think about this top section here, all right, it's where the head goes. The middle section is where the body goes, and then that's where what I call means of transportation, okay? And we'll get to that here in a minute. So fill the space, draw large, okay? I'm gonna do something kind of funny. So this is gonna be someone with big eyes and big ears, okay? You might think in terms of, you know, if you have a certain style you like to draw in, you know, whether that's anime, graphic novel, cartoon characters, then draw that way, okay? If you want to Google search some characters, or maybe you want to do self-portrait, okay? I think I'm going to put a hat on him, okay? Just to give him a little more what I call personality. Okay, so I'll overlap where I overlapped, and I can put a pattern on his head, okay? And then when I think about the body, all right, I think I'm gonna make him smiling real big. All right, let's be happy. Let's be very happy. And again, I do think that's one reason I love these little flip books. They can be humorous, okay? When you start flipping them, they'll make you laugh, and that's what we like. So I think for his body, I'm just gonna come out like this, give him 2 arms. So there's his sleeves. He's got a little shirt on, and I think I'm gonna have him be wearing some longer shorts, okay? And I'm gonna have his arms just kind of go behind him. And now notice how I did his arms. They just kind of make a sideways V. All right, so you can kind of keep that simple. If you want him having an arm out waving, that's fine. He could be holding something. Now let's talk about the bottom. When I talk about this bottom section, let's think in terms of means of transportation, okay? So my guy obviously would have legs and feet and some shoes, okay? In our other flips that we make, other sections, for example, this one has a tail, okay, as opposed to feet and legs. That could be, did you know that there are a lot of creatures that their tail helps them move around? Their tail helps them balance. That's part of their means of transportation, some creatures. So again, we'll talk more creatively about those flip pages that we're going to do that in the other video. So let's go ahead and give this guy some skinny little legs. And again, I like to stay kind of goofy with my characters. So I think I'm going to put some funny socks on him. Maybe give him stripes. Okay. And I think I'll do some big feet. How about that? He's almost like a clown feet or something. Okay. And maybe I'll even do some stripes. I kind of like pattern. Pattern is when you repeat something. So think about how you can, you know, decorate what they have on, okay? Now, you could put flowers on his shirt and assume he's going to a summer luau. Think about different times of the year. You know, maybe there'd be more different kind of clothing that would be appropriate. If any of you girls are fashionistas and you want to go through and just do these really cool different outfits that you give your character, that's fine. Maybe it's you want to set up your summer wardrobe, you know, and keep dressing and redressing your figure, okay, and putting different things in their hair. So endless possibilities, you guys, okay? So there we've got our, our main character, okay, of what we will start with. I'm going to let you guys on your own go in and do the coloring. I will say this. When you color on these, since it's just paper, I probably would not use paint, actually. I would use markers. You know, any of your, you know, Crayola 8 set of markers, anything like this. You know, if you have Sharpies. If you have crayons work fine to color it in. If you've got colored pencils, they'll be fine. So anyway, when you get your character drawn in that center section here, that's where our video for today is going to stop. And then I'll let you go ahead and color that. And then in our video, the second video, the part 2, I'm going to walk you through some of the flips for the head and so forth. And we'll talk about that to kind of get you to be more creative, okay? So we aren't necessarily going to create a second character and a third character intentionally. We're just going to have some prompts, okay, to kind of walk you through, oh, yeah, I never thought of that. Oh, I could do that. So that's what's up for the second video, okay? I'm going to go back and review, all right, just so we can go over the structure of this real quick again. You're going to fold your paper in even thirds, okay? And then you'll crease it, and then you're going to unfold it, remember? And then you're going to put your little marks where your third is, and you're going to cut those, okay? Then fold it out flat and draw your funny little character in that center section, okay? So we'll see you in the next video. Have fun with it.